this. Respawn dev comments on PS5 Pro price. Everybody knows my sentiments here. I feel like most people's sentiments in the industry right now are in kind of alignment with the fact that it feels like the PS5 Pro is overpriced. My hope when we knew the reveal was coming was that it would be closer to around a $600 price point. It would have a disc drive, and the base PS5 Pro would go down a little bit in price, but that's not the case, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of Respawn, who is an EA subsidiary. I don't like the way they've done the Jedi games. Content-wise, I think they're good. Apparently, I haven't played them, but the way they've released those games is very scummy. Definitely not ready for release, and either one of them. I like Apex Legends. I like that game, but they've also done some scummy stuff here with that here recently. So, again, if anybody has not seen my initial reaction to the PS5 Pro stuff, then you can take a look at this. This is a YouTube video of my reaction to it, but let's see what Respawn says. Key takeaways. Respawn co-founder believes the PS5 Pro is reasonable compared to a PC with similar performance. I knew it, dude. Nope. Fans skeptical about the $700 price tag and lack of a disc drive in the PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro touted to offer enhanced graphics, but some worry about performance and demand in games like GTA 6. Yep. Respawn co-founder Vince Zampella thinks that compared to an expensive PC, the PlayStation 5 Pro sounds a bit more reasonable. No. In the short time that I'm going to go back to something I brought up yesterday, okay? I'm going to come back and talk about this. In the short time the platform has been officially announced, the PS5 Pro has become a controversial platform. In its announcement video, Mark Cerny lays out an array of benefits for gamers. However, there are fans who believe that the changes described aren't satisfactory. It's expensive. Gamers don't seem to think its $700 price tag is justifiable. Most of the upgrades of the system come from its GPU rather than anything else. It's got a little bit bigger of a hard drive, I think, which means that altogether, and it doesn't have a disk drive, altogether some graphics can be improved. Overall performance may not gain the bump some players desire. This is the thing. A lot of games are going to get a bump graphically, right? But there's a lot of games that get heavy processing from the CPU, right? And we've already found out that one of those games is GTA 6, right? GTA 6, usually games that have a lot of things like NPCs, stuff like that, they require a lot of processing power from the CPU. And the fact that the PS5 Pro has not upgraded the CPU at all means that games like GTA 6 aren't necessarily going to see an incredible jump in performance over some other titles, right? The console comes lacking a disc drive, which players have taken as an insult to injury for an already pricey system. Absolutely. Speaking to IGN, Vince Zampella wants to give the PlayStation 5 Pro a chance before judging it too harshly. When asked about the console, Zampella said, PlayStation 5 Pro is not necessarily the most expensive system around. Zampella notes his variable hunch that the PS5 Pro is not even PlayStation's most expensive console when accounting for inflation. He says that compared to a $700 PC, you're not getting the same performance, pointing out that a PC at the same price wouldn't be able to compete, making the PS5 Pro a bit more defensible. You wish, buddy. Look, man, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna talk about what I talked about yesterday. Okay, so they're not giving everybody the big picture here either. Either they don't want to, or this is somebody at the top of a big major software corporation that is too blind to see it. So I'm going to break it down for you, as I've done many times before since this showcase happened, giving us the insight and official announcement of the PS5 Pro, right? Yes, it is a $700 base price, an €800 base price. But that's not everything you have to take into consideration, okay? So if you want a disk drive, you're going to be closer to $800. And you cannot forget the fact that on console, specifically we'll talk about PlayStation here, you have to pay to play online. Yeah? So when you're talking about trying to compare this console to something like PC, you've got to take into consideration certain things like that. What's the PS5 or PlayStation Plus's lowest subscription for a year to get just online play? I think is somewhere around $10. I would need to look it up, but it's something close to that. You might be able to buy it on an annual basis at a little bit cheaper, but I think you're probably going to be sitting around $120 a year just to play online. So, if you add a disk drive to this, you're at close to $800 probably, right? What's a disk drive for the PlayStation? PS5 disk drive or optical drive. Let's just see what a price is. So you're looking at about $80 with tax, close to 100. Yep. So I was close there. So you're going to be probably close to $800 with a disk drive, and then add another $120 on there, $120 for your 1 year. 1 year of paying to play online, right? You're sitting at close to $950, somewhere around there, probably, maybe just a little bit less. This is something that I found the other day that I just was like, you know what? This is something that I think people should see in regards to a comparison. All right. Obviously, everybody's going to have different things. This deal's expired. That's fine. I don't care. It expired. But this gives people an idea of what you can get hardware-wise in a PC, even a big rig. I'm not even going to go. I'm going to have an article coming out probably from what I talked about yesterday, because it feels like it's becoming more and more applicable, and you know, what I'm talking about here, I elaborate on in yesterday's news segment, and it just feels like people need to be aware of what this is. The segue, I think, that you can get in moving from console gaming into PC gaming with the handhelds nowadays that are out there, the wide variety of handhelds from price point and hardware offerings is very impressive. It's a very nice segue, I think, for people that are trying to work their way from console gaming into PC gaming as well. Those are very, very nice products. Anything, you know, the Steam Decks, the MSI Claws, the Lenovo Legion Go's, the Asus, you know, Allies, all that stuff, okay? So there's plenty of those devices to look at. Even giving a comparison of something you just need to shop around, okay? This is a site called Slick Deals. It's community focused platform where people find deals, they post it on here. Other people that think the deal is good, they thumbs it up, that people can comment on it, stuff like that. But I mean, I'm just going to give you, this is obviously this was being sold by Walmart. You can see it right here, right? And look, I know this is something that this site specifically is going to be probably regional to where I'm located in the US. I don't know other places, you know, but as well as, you know, how many places have actual Walmarts and stuff. But, you know, the point that I'm trying to get across is if you shop around, you can find deals. And these people that want to act like this price point for the PS5 Pro is not approaching that threshold of what you can get even probably better hardware-wise out of a PC. And let me tell you this, the quality of life in gaming in PC is just better than it is in console nowadays. It just is, in so many different ways. The backwards and forwards compatibility, the not having to play online, the list goes on and on and on. There are pros and cons to both, don't get me wrong, but in large part, in my opinion, as somebody who's played on all platforms all my life, PC's where it's at. You're talking about this price point being very, very close to what I said you would have to pay for the PS5 Pro to have a disk drive with it, and for a year of online capability to play online with your friends. Yeah, you could spend that on a PC like this and get these stats. A Ryzen 5 7600X, a 4060 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, a terabyte solid state drive, 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply. Like this is going to be on some levels comparable, pretty even with the PS5 Pro, and on some levels beyond it. Okay? So to these people that think that, you know, and look, this isn't, I cannot exactly, Tinwin. Yeah. To these, I cannot stress enough. I can't stress enough who we're talking about here. The people that you know are being referenced in this article, these are major industry corporation leaders that are not pointing these facts out to us and to you, right? They're going to try and act like, look, I'm not going to deny the fact that PC has been separate for console for many years for a number of reasons, right? It's been approached differently from gamers there's a plethora of reasons, but some of the main ones are consoles more plug and play. It doesn't require as much, you know, technical know-how. It doesn't require you to be invested in learning to take care of issues as much on a technical front, which appeals more to some people, you know, that plug and play aspect, as well as the price. You know, I mean, price for consoles has definitely been a more approachable thing in large part over the years for console than it has been for entry to PC. But I'll say this, I think for a long time now, and it has been for the majority of PC gaming, you might pay more up front, but it pays for itself in the long run. As opposed to where console's been for so very long and normalizing things like the pay to play online thing. What? That's crazy. Why? You don't do that on PC, you know? So you might pay a little bit less for hardware up front on console, but you're definitely paying more on the back end. Absolutely. Year on end, you're paying more. Yeah? And this is the kind of stuff that's not getting pointed out to people. You're looking at a base entry level price, right? And they're approaching that threshold now. They absolutely are. I just gave you a perfect example of where you can find sales on products of PCs that are definitely at the same performance level as a PS5 Pro, if not better. And these people either can't see it or they don't want you to see it, which is insane. So don't be fooled here. You know, this could be anything from somebody that, there's potentially two different things going on here. This individual, right? Zampella. Yeah. Zampella is either somebody, in my opinion, that is in cahoots with a, PlayStation in some capacity, and is being prompted to promote it. Yeah, there's a lot of industry leaders that are kind of, rubbing elbows together and greasing each other's palms up and stuff. It's for sure happening. There's no doubt about it. It's either that or you've got an individual that is at the top of a major software developer like Respawn that just isn't an idiot, in my opinion. If he can't see, what I'm showing here to everybody as to how close this is getting to where people should actually seriously be considering getting into PC gaming, because it is approaching that. He wants to act like it's not. This person is just blind. And you're talking about a major leader of a huge video gaming corporation in this industry. And what does that tell you about them,